Welcome to Flash from Scratch, Tutorial 18, More Tweens. I have the CS5 program opened and starting a new FLA, keeping the default. On previous tutorials we did the shape tween and the motion tween. We're just going to add a little more. I have my rectangle tool selected, rid for my stroke black fill, and I'm going to make a rectangle. I'm going to leave it a shape. I'm not going to make it a symbol. Going to right click on frame 30 and insert a keyframe, and with my selection tool I'm going to click and drag that here. Come up here anywhere in the shaded area, right click, and I have three options. Well, I know if I click motion tween it's going to tell me I can't do that, but I just want to show you if you click shape tween it will allow you to do a motion, and this is a motion being done even though this, if I look at it, is not been made to a symbol. Okay, so that can be done. I'm going to delete this layer altogether and make sure I have no tweens in my library. Good. Now let's do another one. Make a rectangle, pick up your selection tool, highlight it, modify it, convert it to a symbol. We'll leave it a graphic and we'll call it rec, R-E-C underscore G-R-P. There it is. And if I click on it, frame 1, and make it a motion tween, okay, we can do that, and we know that we can move this anywhere we want. So let's take at this frame right here, let's click here and let's move this there. And you notice I put a little thing in here that lets me know it's acting like a keyframe. I'm going to click here and I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to click here, move it down here, and click in the end frame and basically put it back, and you can see roughly it's going to be back where it is. Now if I tested that just by hitting enter, you're going to see it's going to follow those lines. Now a good thing about this is, good or bad, however you want to look at it, if I extend this from here, it extends proportionally. By that I mean it just doesn't, the spaces between these here stay proportionally the same no matter how long I make it. So now when I test it, I'll do a full test this time. It goes up to there, down there, and back where it was. We know we can modify it by moving these slightly. Move this. Alright, we can do that. But now let's go back to those keyframes. Let's go to this keyframe right here. One right there, which is this one. Let's pick up the free transform tool, click on that, and let's make it smaller. So when it gets here it's going smaller. Let's go to this point. Let's make it even smaller. So I'm going to make my stage bigger, make it even smaller. Let's go to this point. Now here let's leave it the same size, but let's do something else. Let's get it so you see how I got that, not that double arrow, but that double arrow, the horizontal double arrow, and skew it like that. Now what's going to be interesting is this will be recognized all the way back. This will be recognized all the way back to here, so we'll actually start skewing it back there. And let's go to the last keyframe there, and let's put it back to being close to being a square. So we'll start off as a square. See how it's going. Okay, let's do a full test on this. And already it's skewing, and then it went back to the square. I'm going to make that a little bit longer so we can see it. Make it take a little bit longer. That's the movie. There it starts to bend, bends more, gets smaller, and goes back to the square. Okay, I think that's pretty much. Let's delete this layer. Let's make sure get rid of this, delete everything in my, so I'm really starting new. And let's pick up the rectangle tool, and we'll do the classic tween. We'll leave it as a shape. Go up to frame 30, insert a keyframe, pick your selection tool up, and right click, classic tween, and there's the classic tween. Pick up my pre-transform tool, pre-transform it, press enter, and you see for a shape you can use the classic tween to do both. I hope you learned a little bit from this short tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.